Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Realistic Racing League season number 7, round 2 here around Silverstone for the second round of the season. And I'm glad to be back here in your commentary box to comment the race with you. I am alone this time again. But that doesn't really matter. I hope we will have still fun for the second round. We are coming from Monza last week, and we hope that the race will be as exciting as last Sunday. And I have been told that the race is gonna be complete wet, so this will be very interesting to see. Okay, so I've sent the stream in and we are gonna be on board with the first driver out on track for the first run here in qualifying around Silverstone, and it is Wong Fei in the Mercedes, followed up by NLR Felix One, who ends up the last race in second place behind his teammate Kart Racer, who is still in the pit. So it was a 1-2 for Alpine. Let's see if they can come anywhere near this result. And right behind these two is only one in the McLaren. Last week he was in a Haas, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's a big gap, and then follows Fabian in a Red Bull again. Had a strong pace last race around at Monza, but he spun and crashed, so it wasn't really the best of his races. But let's go on board with Felix, the first one here on a hot lap, and let's stay on board with him. So Felix will probably be the first one completing the first lap time of qualifying. It probably is a really good benchmark for the top runners, and it is a 1:27.880, followed up by Wong Fei, who is a second behind, the 1:28.9, and only one ends up his lap in a 1:29.1, so 3 tenths behind Wong Fei, who is in second place. Fabian should be the next one. He has a little bit of traffic up ahead. I hope it's not gonna... Oh no, Akiki, who I don't know where he... I guess it's his first race in this league, and he is the leader of the package, with the Haas of Mr. Cooper following right behind him. But let's see What can Akiki do? Where can he set himself? Can he fight with the front runners? But it seems like he has decent pace. But nah, he is a bit off. It's a 129.3. Mr. Cooper without 29.4, and Fabian, who had a purple sector 1, goes back into the pits. Next one will be Nakacho is on an outlap. The Alpha Tauri of Donny, who sets himself to P4, a 129.1, completely missed that. And yeah, in front of the Red Bull, but just about behind only one. So Stevie Iceman is, I guess, the next one who, if he holds the lap together, will be the next one crossing the line and set the next lap time. A yellow flag up in front. It is AlphaTauri. I hope he doesn't. The McLaren doesn't get blocked, but still moves. No, Donny moves right out of the way. Just when the McLaren driver passes him and he crosses the line, so 129.4 goes up into P6, just about in front of Mr. Cooper, and not even a tenth, or let's say a tenth behind Akiki. Jonathan is the next one who crossed the line. It's a 129.6. Now it's Darth FIFA. A little bit. Ooh, rear locking at the rear end in turn 2, or at the first braking zone, in Kart Racer. Sets himself there where he wants to be, and it is a 127.7, 1.5 tenths in front of his teammate. So strong lap time by him. And yeah, Donny's last race. No, he did, no, not Donny. Darth FIFA. He didn't even race, I guess. I wanted to say a bit disappointed. Oh, he was third. Okay, I was not disappointed. Sorry about that. But he's right when I said that he sets purple in the second sector, but it disappeared right after. So I don't know if it's believable, if it is really purple in sector 2, but we will see. The last chicane, tricky on the exit, and it is a 129.0. A tenth behind his teammate Wongfi, and it is a Mercedes second row, at least for now, with Alpine again, who lines up the front row. So let's see, Phase 4, who had a strong qualifying last week, but then due to a spin, he didn't finish the race, but he had some pace, and we will see if this pace, or if he can show this pace again. A 128.3, so he closes the gap between Alpine and the guys behind. 128.3, but it's still half a second who separates the front two and the rest of the pack. Wongfi is improving by half a second. Wongfi is improving by half a second, so he is on for a very, very good improvement. He only has 2 corners left, and he's on for 3rd place. Can he set himself into 3rd? No, he can't. He misses just about by 1/10 or 128.4. I saw Fabian starting his lap and nearly ends his lap too. He invalidated his first one or did a mistake, I don't know. Anyway, he didn't finish it, but we will see. It crosses the line, so 128.1. So he goes up the order, up into P3 for Fabian, and Charlie is still in the pits. Does he have a quali ban or something? I don't know. Owen Felix sets a new fastest lap on the race and sets himself onto provisional pole, a 127.5. So we see where the pace is, and I said it before, and I said it last week at around Monza. Both Alpines are the best lineup that we have ever had at any team ever, and we have some close contenders with Fabian and Face Ford and guys like Wongfin and FIFA. So the pace is strong in front, but these two in front here are already have quite a big gap to the guys behind. At least this race. The last race was a bit closer with King Enzo, who isn't racing today. He had the pace to stay in front. He went for pole last week, if I'm not mistaken, and had quite a good pace. Had a decent 5 kart racer, but he isn't racing this week. For him is reserving Akiki, who is currently in P7, not there where Red Bull wants to be, but there is still plenty of time for improvement. 4.5 minutes to go, and I guess there is no one on the lap. FIFA is starting one now, and we can go on board with him. He set a 129.0. He can definitely do better than that. He is currently 1.5 seconds behind the pole time of Felix, and he is improving by 0.8, just about after sector 1. Okay, he had the lockup on at turn 2, so there's where he lost so much time. But he is already on a big improvement. Going into Cobbs, a short downshift into 7, and then full throttle all the way to Maggots and Baggots. Also a very, very tricky corner section where you can gain a lot of time but also lose quite a bit. And the run for this long straight all the way to Stowe, very important. He has purple sector 2, and he is improving by nearly a second, so he can maybe be on for the second row, or maybe even for the first row. He rounds the final corner and he sets himself into P3, just behind Kart Racer. But I said it before, he has the pace. He has the pace to fight in front, and he showed it now, and I don't know what he's doing. And what the fuck was that? He can... Okay, Okay, he wants to in the rule books it isn't allowed to crash yourself out even though it is qualifying. I don't know if the stewards are gonna have a watch at it. I have it on stream. I can't send it in, but yeah, I will talk about it later in the race or after the race, and then we will see if we will put into consideration and Akiki.
Letzte wrong setup. EM only going 180 Meilen pro Stunde on the straights, sich an den Kopf fassender Mann.
Okay, Charlie, you loaded the wrong setup. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna retire in the pits in the first lap? He's trying at least. I don't know how much 180 miles per hour are compared to kilometers. But it sounds a bit slower than you should. Let's see. Just about 290. He's not bad, but not really good. Oh, Felix! I completely missed that. A 127.3. Carter is an outlap. Fabian will come. No, he will restart his lap now. Face forwards will restart another one. Then there is Akiki, who isn't improving out of sector 2. We will see. Where will he finish? Oh, there is face forward who spun. It's a 128.3. So an improvement at least. Goes into P6, and face forward spun and lost all the chances to fight for pole, and Kart Racer hasn't validated his lap and just about with 10 seconds to go crosses the line and goes for another lap, goes to find 4 tenths for the pole. Fabian is improving by 2 tenths or 2.5 nearly. Felix completes his lap. No, he's down, so he will not do another one. So 127.3. This is the time to beat. Face forward retires from the session since he can't make another lap, and Fabian lost it out at the exit of Baggett. So we will go in front. There is Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper goes for the last chicane. Currently in P11. Can he improve? Will he improve? He is improving. 10th fastest, but still, can he answer? Yes, he can, and he regains the spot. What is Kart Racer doing? Fabian is the only one. No, Charlie is still out, who hasn't set a lap time yet, but we will see. He is improving by nearly 3 tenths. It's not enough yet, but he still has a few corners to gain some time. The 127.361 is the time to beat by his teammate NLR Felix 1. A little bit of lockup, but it maybe can be a glitch of the game, I don't know. But 127p is the time to beat. Can he beat it? He is improving, but he misses out by 60 100ths or 6 100ths of a second behind his teammate. Darth FIFA is in 3rd place, and FI Charlie is in P14 with a 139.7, so he's 10 seconds off. I don't know what happened, but I don't think that the wrong setup cost you 10 seconds. But it doesn't really matter, because that's it for the qualifying here around Silverstone. And NLR Felix 1 secures pole position behind his teammate Cartrace, and then Mercedes second row with Darth FIFA and Wongfi. Then spun second to last corner. Okay, now I understand. So Fabian in P5, Phase 4 in P6, Akiki in P7, only one in P8. Donny and Stewie completes top 10. Mr. Cooper, Jonathan, Anirudh, and FRL Charlie. This is the order for this Grand Prix here around Silverstone for the second round of Season 7. And as I said before, the race should be complete wet. We will see if it's true, and it is true, and it seems like full wet. So not even intermediates, but the full package. And the first corner will be very interesting. It is normally, under normal conditions, a flat corner. Obviously it's not flat under dry conditions, but we will see. 10 seconds to go. We don't have a formation lap, so we go all the way through the 5 red lines. 1 second to go, and we are waiting to everyone to load in. And there it is, the 5 red lights for the Silverstone Grand Prix, and it's lights are in the way we go. Decent start by Felix, not a good start by Cartracer, but he sets himself in front of Darth FIFA. Oh, a little bit going wide into turn 1 by Felix, but he holds the position together. Face forwards, goes up into P4. So great start by him. Only one is already up into 5th place. Fabian goes down the inside, maybe to try and regain his position that he lost on the getaway, and there's Eric who spun. Eric spun out of turn 4. I don't know if there was a contact or something like this, but he fell all the way to the back. Same goes for Akiki. So a disaster start for Cartracer. The championship leader falls all the way back to P13, so he has everything to remake, but he is again on the package, so he lost position, but he didn't lose that much time. But let's see, can Felix run away off Dark FIFA? But it doesn't seem like it. Dark FIFA wants to pass him as soon as possible, but the Alpine has decent straight line speed. So we will see the drivers need to adapt. The first couple of laps will be the drivers who will adapt to this condition as much as possible, as Akiki spun again. So a disaster of a race out for him. Obviously Felix sets the fastest lap of the race. There is only one against face forwards. Fight for the podium. Face forwards doesn't seem to have the pace to keep up in front. And Fabian already has a 3-second time penalty. And Akiki retired in the pits, as he should. So we are already down to 13 driver, and there is Charlie against Jonathan. And yeah, he goes up into P9, so maybe, even though he loaded up his wrong setup, I guess it's a more downforce setup, it can be an advantage under wet conditions. There's Cartracer going down the inside into Cobbs, pushing Jonathan a bit off. but it's still fine. Kart Racer is again in the top 10 with everything to remake. So he's catching up the guys in front. Oh, and there is Fabian against only one. Fabian goes down the inside. Only one maybe can cover him off. He's trying with the better exit. There's face forwards at the front. Who has lost it? Who has lost it? But let's go in front again. There is Fabian again with the 3-second time penalty. I don't know what happened there. It was so much chaos for nothing. And I just didn't know who I need to follow, but it seemed like Fabian and only one had contact with each other, and Fabian has already 6 seconds of time penalty after 3 laps. Darth FIFA otherwise sets a new fastest lap of the race, and he's half a second behind Felix. It is very tough to overtake without any DRS or something like this. There is Kart Racer versus Charlie, and then Anirudh, who is gone a bit off track. Can Kart Racer fight himself through? He nearly goes to the back of the Williams, but maybe now with the exit of the corner, will he try another move into Cobbs? Nah, doesn't seem like it. He's right behind the Williams. He's losing a bit of time behind, but maybe he's trying with the better exit. He's trying a move, and you're defensive on the inside, but Kart Racer versus the Williams. Who will pull up in front? Late braking by Kart Racer, maybe a bit too late, but he keeps it straight and goes up the order upper to P7. They go in front because there is Darth FIFA versus Felix 1. Fight for the lead. Felix has the pace to keep himself in front, and Darth FIFA is right behind him. But oh, there's Felix a little bit off. He lost Jesus Christ. Lost the rear out of turn 1, and Darth FIFA had a look down the inside, but didn't work quite well, and he stays behind. There's Kart Racer versus Donny. So Kart Racer is flying right now. Everybody who raced Kart Racer before knows that he is very, very good around wet conditions. He can adapt himself very well. And the next one he will catch is Wang Fi. Wang Fi, and then only one in Fabian, and then he is already back into the podium, and Doni takes a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So yeah, it seems like the time penalties will have a major effect on the results at the end of the race. And there's the 2 Haas, and what the hell? Oh, Justin goes onto the grass. He lost the grip completely, and he is down into P13. Both Haas with some carnage over there, but he keeps it out of the wall. And there is the conditions are very tricky. Now there is Kart Racer right behind of Wang Fi. Can he try something? He is right behind Wang Fi, who will take himself in front, and it is Kart Racer up into P5. He is literally flying. But again in front, Darth FIFA versus Felix. It seems like Darth FIFA has a bit more pace, but he doesn't have the straight line speed to pass Felix at the end of a straight or anywhere. So he stays behind, at least for now. And I guess the under wet full wets is one stopper. I don't know if the drivers can drive without stop. You can with the regulations. But I don't know if you really can, or the tire hold that long. Oh, kart racer nearly lost the water. Save. Holy shit. I only had that for a bit on cam, but that was masterclass of a save. Oh, and there is not kart racer versus Felix, but Darth FIFA versus Felix. He wants to try something different. He overtakes him off track, and this will be something Felix will probably, or we will have a look around. And what the fuck was that? The rain sprays out of turn 1 are weird, but Felix versus Darth FIFA, fight for P1. Darth FIFA takes the lead, at least for now. Will Felix counter him back? Oh, and there is very tricky, very tricky. Darth FIFA versus Felix. So currently Darth FIFA is the new leader of the British Grand Prix. And Charlie goes up the order, and because there's Donny who spun. There is Donny in the AlphaTauri who spun, and he spun again. And that's unfortunate. Kart Racer is already catching up on only one. He already catched up, to be fair. And only one has a 1.5 second gap in front of to Fabian. But we remember Fabian has already 6 seconds of time penalty. Donny has crashed out, and it is a safety car. It is a safety car, and there are some drivers who are gonna pit, and it is Wang Fi. Wang Fi goes into the pits, but he is not the only one. Face Forwards follows him. The same goes for Mr. Cooper and for Stevie Asman. And it can affect a lot. This can really help Wang Fi, because maybe he can try to go through, and Darth FIFA, his teammate, already catch up to the safety car, so now he will lose, and this will be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because Wang Fi and everyone who is behind him already did a pit stop. You don't have a mandatory pit stop if there are wet conditions, but we don't think, or I don't think, that the drivers are, or the tires are gonna last till the end. If yes, then the strategy that has been shown at the beginning of the race is completely wrong. So we will see, but Wang Fi has a really good chance of taking home a very positive result, and the pit lane at Silver. So I don't know if it's the longest, but it is for sure one of the longest pit lanes on the calendar. I can't remember one who is even longer. You lose around 30 seconds. And there, now Darth FIFA's boxing and everyone behind is boxing. Only one and Charlie are staying out. That's just interesting. Same goes for Anirudh. So it's now only one Charlie and Anirudh in the lead of the race, and Wang Fi is, let's say, physically the leader of this race. I mean, he is still in P4, but the guys in front are still need to pit. If they are gonna pit, but it seems like you have to. So yes, Wongfi is physically the new leader, but right now on track only one is currently leading, right behind Bernd Mailänder. In the McLaren he had some decent pace, so maybe he can try to pull away, but yeah, he still needs to pit, so I don't see the reason to stay out, at least for now. But yeah, only one, Charlie and Anirudh, are ordered that you don't see very often on the podium. And this would be interesting because Mr. Cooper splits Darth FIFA and Felix 1, and he has already pitted. Face forwards is behind Kart Racer, so nothing new there. So this safety car has maybe given us some very interesting opportunity in this race, and yes, we will see. I guess the safety car will stay out for another lap to let the rest of the guys catch up. Oh, now they're pitting. Now they're pitting. Anirudh stays out. He's the main man. Anirudh stays out. I like this guy. I like this guy. He's different. He is different. Hmm? What the fuck? Man, I wanted to take a little drink. And what the, why? Ah, it's intermediates. It is intermediate water. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that. Okay, that's a bit embarrassing. That is a bit embarrassing for my part. I haven't noticed that Darth FIFA and all the guys behind have pitted for Inters. Oh wow! Okay, this is some hilarious stuff from my part. I'm sorry for that. Because I was wondering why so many guys are pitting, and now I know why. And yeah. A big sorry from my part. But I guess the race will restart this lap. And man, this situation with Anirudh just threw me completely away. This is hilarious. But okay, this is why we love this league. Everything can happen at every time. And if I say everything, then I mean everything can happen every time. And safety car goes in this lap. Darth FIFA is leading the pack and controls the speed. And we will see, because new condition with intermediates. So we will have a new, basically a complete new race. With Darth FIFA leading and both Alpines right behind them. Oh, right behind him. Face forward, stays behind and still in P5. So Darth FIFA takes the last corner and he goes straight away. Decent start. Felix lost a bit and Kart Racer's right behind him. What is this spray in the first corner, and Kart Racer doesn't want to wait any longer behind his teammate. The both Alpines that crashed today in the Australian Grand Prix are gonna keep it safe, at least for now. And Kart Racer doesn't want to wait any longer and lose any time behind his teammate, and he wants to catch up Darth FIFA as soon as possible, and he already catch him. So Kart Racer, after his spin in turn at lap one, he fought his way back all the way to the podium, and there's Fabian, who did a very prestigious move. 2 overtakes in 1 up into P8. He was in 3rd, now in 4th, or P3, but because of the pit stop he falls down the order, and there is a, oh wow, there's a big train face forward. Really don't have the pace, and there's only one now side by side with RRL Charlie, who is a bit blocked by both McLarens, so he needs to stay behind and face. Does he have wing damage or something? Why is he so slow? Oh, there is, oh, Fabian with a massive dive bomb. What is going on here? Massive chaos, only one somehow managed to go through, and Stewie is the man who needs to pay the price. He loses everything, and now we will see behind. There is another contact. What is going on with face forwards, and what the hell is that? And Charlie also passes face forwards, also passes Jacob for 6th place, and Wongfi, man, I don't know what happened. Again, the both Haas with Cooper and Jonathan fight for P10 and 11. So since Stevie left the session, I guess there is guaranteed points if you don't DNF. Only one with a 3-second time penalty. This will have some consequences. I bet that it will have some consequences at the after the race. But let's watch in front, because there is Kart Racer on the charge for P3. Not P3, for P1. Man, I did this. This race getting me fucked. But Kart Racer himself sets a new fastest lap of the race, a 1:48.68, and I still don't understand the spray out of turn 1, and Kart Racer do the same move again against Safifa, but can he fight back against him? What is cameraman? I want to. Okay, I don't know, but Kart Racer pulls up in front of Darth FIFA, and now we will see if he has the pace to pull away, and it seems like it, because Felix already dropped off 3 seconds. And let's go behind, because Charlie is on a charge for Fabian, but it seems like Fabian has more pace. Yeah, he is in a Red Bull, so I don't think Charlie's race is really against him. And what happened to face forwards after the safety car restart? I still don't understand it. I don't know if he had so many. Yeah, he had so many problems. It doesn't have wing damage or anything else. But it seems like he picked up his pace. So I guess he just didn't warm up his tires, but that was a carnage that happened at the back here. Again, Kart Racer 140.4, so he's flying. And Darth FIFA is... he's still there, so 6/10 behind him. So little mistake by Eric, and Darth FIFA is again in the lead. So it could be interesting. Lap 13 out of 26. So nothing really special about the leading two. Yeah, but Darth FIFA is there. Darth FIFA has the pace, man. Felix has dropped off already. 3.5, so he is... doesn't he really have the pace on the enters. But let's see. Darth FIFA doesn't have ERS anymore compared to Kart Racer, who has 50%. So this will affect a lot for this race. Will he ever look down the inside? Yes, he will. There's no contact. There is no contact actually, but Kart Racer stays in front. Darth FIFA has the pace, so he is trying everything to get him past. Oh, little slip there by Kart Racer. He's taking the corner very wide. Yeah, so I don't know if it's good or not. I guess it's risky, but should be faster. If you can, so you can take more corner speed out of turn 1. RRL Charlie, he is right now currently in 4th place due to penalties of Fabian, and only one. And yes, this would be interesting to see if he can hold the pace together. And Darth FIFA is again right behind Kart Racer, so he's waiting, or he has to wait for Kart Racer to make a mistake. Johnson with another 3-second time penalty. And Kart Racer new fastest level 1:14.198, and Darth FIFA has a 1:40.2, so very similar pace by these two. So yeah, we go back again with the fight for P4. Only one Fabian and RRL Charlie. But the gaps are seeming to be the same all the time, but now Fabian is closing up. He wants to pass only one, and he's doing what? This straight line speed by the Red Bull, man. This is hilarious. This Red Bull is hilarious. Now is Charlie is right behind him, but look at what is this? Okay, this is okay. Fabian runs very low wings. Okay, Charlie has a wrong setup, so he's losing on the straight massively, but then gains on the corners. But the straight line speed of the Red Bull, in combination with a low downforce setup, it is hilarious. Only one runs a bit wide there. A beautiful helicopter view. Oh, there is a little bit of contact, late braking. Oh, Fabian outbraked himself and touched the back of only one's car. Does he have wing damage? Doesn't seem like it, to be fair. But maybe only one. Charlie can take that advantage. No, doesn't seem like it. Does he? That he has wing damage. Face forwards another 3 seconds. So holy shit, this Red Bull is hilarious. He goes down the inside, but only one covered it very well. He goes a bit off track. Maybe that's a warning. A 139.4, but it is again Fabian. Very, very aggressive. But this time he pulls the move off and takes P4. It is very aggressive what Fabian is doing here, but aggressive, but fair. No major contact between these two. And yeah. Now Fabian has to pull away as much as possible to close the penalty that he has. That he currently have 3 seconds compared to only one who has 3 seconds, and Charlie currently without any further penalties. But he's there. He's there right behind only one. And Fabian seems like he's running away, but he needs to run away 3 seconds if only one doesn't get another penalty. Fabian goes a bit wide there, going into Stowe, and again it's another fastest lap by Darth FIFA, 139.450. If the race ends like this, Kart Racer will extend his championship lead, and Darth FIFA, if I'm not mistaken, should take P2 by 1 point. Yes. Let's watch behind again, because there is again the three-way fight for the 4th position. Oh, there goes only one a bit off track, and I guess it would be another penalty. And it's a very... Oh, Fabian goes off, goes wide out of cops. I don't know if the game gave him a warning for that. So 9 laps to go for this British Grand Prix. Now FIFA, another fastest lap, a 1:39.4. He's flying right now, but Felix answers. Felix has woken up from his, I don't know, 10 lap sleep, and he sets the fastest lap of the race and regains second place in the championship actually. So this point counts, but he is still 5 seconds behind, so I don't think he is gonna fight back if he isn't pulling away or isn't pulling a, I don't know, a masterclass of a pace. But one thing that we need to mention is that apart from these three, there is Phase Forward and Wongfi who are catching up, and it can be a 5-way fight for 4th position. Obviously it's a bit conditioned due to the penalties by Fabian, only one in Phase Forwards, but it's still a 5-way fight for 12 points. Oh, Charlie 3 seconds, and now it's gonna be very tough for him. Now he needs to overtake only one on track, and being in the 3 seconds of Fabian, this was unnecessary, and Wongfi is probably the one who is celebrating right now, because he is, apart from the top 3, the only one who doesn't have a penalty yet, and he can take a big advantage, because right now he is 4th, but just about, he's just about P4. No, he's not. It is a change. So it's very tight here for these positions. Lap 20 out of 26, so 7 laps to go. FIFA is right behind him. So we can check for the what the fuck? Okay. Kart Race has already 2 warnings. And FIFA has none. So does he have one now? This would be hilarious. Yes. On the perfect timing. You can time it better. So I hope we don't, because I want to see this fight on track. But Kart Racer with 2 warnings, so he can't go off track once. But if he is, then maybe cost him a win, because FIFA is behind. He is on pace with Kart Racer, but it seems like he doesn't have the pace in Kart Racer 1:38.7. So he goes down into a 38. 1.1 between these two, and right behind it's still Wongfi, who is waiting patiently, but Fabian is running away. So Fabian is running away. He is 2.3 in front of only one. So if only one wants to get P4, he needs to hold the gap, or even better, to close it. But it seems like Fabian has the pace to pull away. Oh, and Phase Forward! Phase Forwards left the session. I guess it was a disconnect. I can't really invite him because I don't have him as a friend, unfortunately. Nah. Unfortunately I don't, so this is... That is heartbreaking for Phase Forwards. Right now only one is catching his lapped AI teammate of Stevie. goes off track again, and I don't know if he gets a warning or something, but I saw him a few times off track, to be fair. But FL Charlie is right behind, so only one is now out of 3 seconds of Fabian. And Kart Racer has pulled away by 2 seconds, so Darth FIFA has lost his, I don't know, his pace, his momentum or something like this, or Kart Racer has found his groove, his pace. We all know Kart Racer. He is normal for most of the time, but then there is like a little snap in his, I don't know, in his dumbass brain, where he drives like a second or less faster than everyone. So let's see, Charlie was only one. Charlie understood that he needs to pass only one on track, but he misses out on straight line speed, which cost him any possibilities to pass him on the normal ways. So he needs to do something different. He has still a few laps to go. Darth FIFA closed the gap again to 1.2, so I don't know, I don't understand this, but it doesn't really matter. We will... Oh, it does matter, obviously, but we look behind. Charlie was the only one. Again, the fight for P5 on track, but due to penalty it would be P6. But now there is maybe some chance. Will he have a look? He just about avoid any collisions with only one. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Charlie was only one. Hamilton versus Verstappen, but he stays behind. He could have tried here, but yeah. You see this massive corner speed that he has, but he misses out on the straight line speed, and you see this. The McLaren isn't really strong on the straight, at least in this game, but you see him running away. So it's very, very tough for him. And Wang Fi, he is still there. Barely in the 1 second, but it would be enough. Mr. Cooper pass face forwards, or the AI of face forward, going up into P8. That is his first race here in this league, so also decent performance by himself. A race a little bit under radar by Mr. Cooper for his debut race, but the points are still there, so no one really cares. And both cars in the points, with Jonathan currently in P10. But again, Charlie is trying everything. He has 2.5 laps to go. Now Kart Racer goes into the second to last lap of the Grand Prix. Darth FIFA is 1.8 behind, so it seems like he dropped off for a bit. So yes, Kart Racer, if he pulls the 2 laps off, then it seems like he is gonna take the second victory in a row. But like I said, we still have 2 laps to go. Everything can happen. And Charlie was only one part, I don't know, 450. But again, no chance for Charlie for every kind of move. Just for the lack of straight line speed that he has. Due to the car and also due to the setup that, like he said in qualifying. Jonathan with another penalty. He's catching up on phase 4, so maybe he can take another point with him, but then he has to deal with the penalties. And Mr. Cooper with 3 seconds, another 3 seconds for him. Kart Racer is on the last lap now. Can Dafifa pull everything he got? He needs to find 2 seconds in 1 lap. If Kart Racer takes it straight without any issues and any mistakes, then he should bring it home. It was a brilliant Grand Prix. Oh, Charlie, another 3 seconds, and now I guess that the chance for P5 are off. He can try something at least, but I think he's not gonna be able. Even though he passes him, he needs to drive 3 seconds away, which he probably won't. FIFA has accepted his defeat over Kart Racer. He's taking Stowe for the last time for this race. He drove brilliantly. The spin on lap 1, he fought his way back. The safety car helped him a bit, but he runs the final corner and Kart Racer 22 wins the British Grand Prix. A masterclass by the Alpine, extends his championship lead and shows the rest of the grid that he is the man to beat. Enela Felix 1 completes the podium. Another double podium for Alpine. He was a bit off pace, but he kept himself on podium. Wang Fi goes into P4. Okay, I thought he wouldn't catch Fabian, but a decent performance, a very good performance by Wang Fi. Fabian in P5, only one, finishes in P6. RRL Charlie, due to a bad qualifying finish up in P7, also as a good result by Alfa Romeo. Then Mr. Cooper in P8, the air of phase forward still finishing in the podiums, but behind Jonathan, so he goes up into P9, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. RRL Charlie is driver of the day. I would personally say, I guess, Kart Racer, for the fact that he spun out of the first, or on the first lap. So yeah, let me watch the time. It's 43. Yeah, okay, it doesn't really matter. I will make a podium interview with the drivers on the podium, but let's go all the way through the order. It's Kart Racer who picks up another 26 points over his rivals. Darth FIFA in P2, Felix in P3, Wongfin in 4, Fabian in P5, only one in P6, FRL Charlie in P7, Mr. Cooper. His debut race here in Realistic Racing League in the Haas finished in P8, Jonathan in P9. Then Face Forwards completes the top 10, Stevie Iceman in P11, Anirud, Donny and Akiki. They are all DNF. So let me invite for a second the podium guys. And I need to find the FIFA. I don't know why I'm still here in the in the result table. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So we are waiting for Felix to load in the party. It's still an issue of mine. Ah, there it is. The countdown.
Hello?
Okay, now you're loading. Okay. Seems like Kart Racer isn't joining. Okay, doesn't matter. Then we will start with the interview, and we start with P3 NLR Felix 1. Congratulations on your podium. Yeah, do you want to tell us the race from your perspective?
I fell asleep, basically. I don't know, there was not much going on. Honestly, after the safety car restart, one car went past me, I never saw another car again, so not much to talk about from my race, to be honest. Just
Yeah,
couldn't keep up with Darth FIFA and Kart Racer at that amazing pace.
you had the race in, let's say, control. You were in the lead for the full wet stint, but after the pit stop, you lost all of your pace basically. Was it because you couldn't adapt, or what was the main reason?
I never had the pace to begin with. The only reason I was in the lead was because I was able to hold Darth Vader behind me, I think. Because of I think I had lower wings than him, which allowed me to keep him behind in the straights. But like, the moment they got past me, they flew away. Didn't matter if it would have been on heavy wets or inters or whatever. I was gonna be much slower either way. I don't know why. I just I just had no chance to be able to keep up.
Yeah, we have seen in the first two races that basically Kart Racer is the main man to beat. Do you think that you have, over the course of the season, a chance to beat him?
Well, a chance for sure. It will have to be a very good season for me. I mean, Kart is we all know, a very, very strong driver. Given that we're teammates, it kind of makes it a bit more difficult as well, since I can't really... I have to leave him a bit of extra space, you know, I can't... I can't push him off or anything to gain some extra points. At least not for now, maybe once we secured constructors. But yeah, I'll give it a try. I think I have a chance, but it's gonna be very difficult, especially after the first two races at least one now, so... Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then thanks, and also again congratulations for your P3. And since Kart Racer has a fast lap, you're still in second place, at least for now, in the standings. And we go on to P2, Darth FIFA. Congratulations to you. Also, mate, do you want to tell us your perspective of your race?
Just fantastic. Really enjoyed that one. Had to really push, you know. It's great when you drive against very good drivers like Felix and Kart Racer, and we were just like another class, you know. And it was really beautiful, and also the battles were very respectful. I mean, Felix left all the space, I left all the space. Same with Kart Racer, and yeah, I just really love this one, man. It's just great, and it's more fun than, you know, driving in that Red Bull. That's just driving away all the races. So, it's really good.
Yeah, you two were driving away of the rest of the pack, and yeah, you were basically on the same pace as him for like the whole race or the whole intermediate stint, and then you drop off at the last laps. Did you just hadn't the pace because of the tire anymore, or did you just accept that Kart Racer beat you?
I mean, I just knew it. I will not overtake him because I'm I don't have the straight line speed for that. All I had to do is stay as close as possible, but at some point, yeah. I mean, I made minor mistakes, and that was the same lap Kart Racer did his fastest lap. So that combination just, yeah, really killed me. And yeah, also some lag spikes because of the how do you call it, crossplay. So yeah, that was not helping. But yeah, I must say Kart Racer was stronger. It's just as simple as that. But I really enjoyed this one because I come from like a really far, really slow pace, and now here, so I can be really proud of today.
Okay, then also to you, thanks and congratulations for your second place. And yeah, the fight is open because the pace is similar for everyone, and even if not only you three, there are still guys like Enzo who didn't race today, but he also has the pace to keep up in front. So the races are still to be driven, and nothing is yet to be decided. Obviously, it's the second race of the season, but that's it for the British Grand Prix. It was fun to commentate. Very, very cool race. Fair racing from everyone. And yeah, see you next Sunday around China, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.